Start it up again. There we go. This is a good point here. Before we hand over the letter. Yes, everything seems to be in order. My apologies. We cannot afford to be complacent, you understand. Please, step this way.
Enter. So the silver-tongued merchants send an adventurer to speak for them. It appears the Ul'dahns place great faith in you. This way. I bid you welcome. I am Melve Blufisvin, Admiral of Limsa Lominsa, and Commander of the Maelstrom. Now, what news from Thanaland?
A memorial service to honor the fallen. Seven hells. Has it been 5 years? 5 years since the Gridanian Empire sought to wrest Eorzea from our grasp. It was an answer to the imperial threat that the cities-states formed their grand companies and forged the Eorzean alliance anew. But Garlemald was not content to wager all on a simple contest of martial might. They had other plans. The Meteor Project. Legatus Nail Vandanis, hells take him, intended to cleanse our realm by snatching the lesser moon, Dalamud, from the heavens and casting it down upon our heads. Desperate to prevent this lunatic scheme, we marched our forces to Cardinal Flats, and there met with the 8th Imperial Legion in battle. Never have I seen a fight like the Battle of Cartano, and I have seen full many. But though we gave no quarter, spared not one ounce of effort, we could not prevent what followed. From inside the shell of Dalamud came a winged nightmare, a dragon the size of a bloody city. 'Twas the elder primal Bahamut, bent on making an 8th hell of Eorzea. In the space of a breath, legions of the Empire were set aflame, while our own armies fared little better. 'Twas as if the whole world was burning. Words cannot well describe the scene. And yet, by some miracle, a few among us were spared. Even I steeled myself for death. A blinding white light enveloped me, robbing me of my senses. When I regained them, the dragon was gone, and the still smoldering land was warped beyond all knowing. Were Archon Louisoix still with us, he would doubtless shed some light on these unfathomable happenings. Alas, he is not, and I fear we will want for his wisdom in the days to come. For while our nations struggle to recover from the devastation, the beastmen call forth their damned primals to torment us anew. Unless we put aside our differences and rebuild now, our forces will catch us unprepared. And I speak not only of the beastmen. Do not imagine that the Empire has forsaken its claim on Eorzea. The Imperials crowd our borders, waiting to strike. Damn it all, we need champions to replace those we lost. But such thoughts are worse than worthless. Time is short, and none will save us save ourselves. It is the duty of every soul who survived the calamity to work together for the good of Eorzea, and this memorial service may be the very thing to unite us. Aye, Raban has the right of it. I accept his proposal. Your duty here is done, adventurer. I will see to it that the Flame General receives my reply. You travel next to Gridania, yes? Pray give my regards to the Elder Seer. Oh, and tell her the wolf has been sniffing around the stables. A private jest, and in one in poor taste, but I would have you tell it all the same. Fare you well, Mayor. May the Navigator guide you on your journey. Asane, thank you very much for the host. I really appreciate it. Alright, so I'm going to go show you Limsa Lominsa here real quick. Juba, we may not get to Sastasha today. There ended up being more cutscenes and I ended up screwing around with other things a lot more. But that's okay, as long as people are having fun viewing it. So Limsa Lominsa is a very pretty city, but it's one that I definitely prefer to see during the day, because you can't really see anything here at night. I'm going to remember to attune to the Aether. I keep forgetting to do that. Alright. So this is the map of Limsa Lominsa. It's not a very big area, but as you can see, there are a lot of other players that hang out here in Hawker's Alley. This is like the vendor area for the area for Limsa Lominsa. Potato indeed. So I'm just gonna teleport or run around here gathering the Aetherites while I'm in town. Let's give you a good idea of where they are yourselves, if should you be doing this later on. I guess I can sprint. One thing you should know is that you can't actually mount in cities in this game, which is in a way good, in a way a bit frustrating when you want to get around quickly. But that's why they put around all these Aethernet shards to make it a lot easier to get around. This is for the Arcanist Guild, which is behind those red doors I just showed you, briefly. If you look out there across the water, you can see like a few boats in the harbor. And another large one over there. We'll be heading towards that one in just a moment, actually. Alright. Alright, so is there a way down right there? No. I think it's over here. I actually do want to go down that way. It's a lot easier to get where I'm going if I go down this path here. As you can see, this place, most people, I had a harder time getting to know Ul'dahn than I did Limsa. This place is kind of a maze to get around, like, but once you get it, it's not too bad. It's a pretty crystal. There's a boat right there. I think this is like where you get dropped off when you first start the in Limsa, like right down by the end of that dock there. Alright. This one here is important to get because we'll have to come back to this ferry skipper soon. Okay, let's go back to the Aetherite Plaza. Dakla, if you're watching, yes, Pia is the only one that can. Silly, if you could let him know that. As you can see, there's a lot of quests just hanging around here. We are at the Culinarians Guild. If you want to cook, this is where you go to learn how. Cooking is a decent profession, I suppose, if you want to make your own food for raiding or even just leveling. It gives you a 3% bonus to your EXP while you have any food really active. I don't know if that's true for crafting foods, but yeah, they have foods for casters, tanks, melee DPS, range DPS, crafters, different sorts of foods for each role too. They even have food for gatherers. It's really helpful. That there is the Marauders Guild. If you want to become a Marauder, which is one of the tanks in this game, you can go in there. Silly. Eventually, I am going to probably be talking to the proprietor here in the Limsa Lominsa lower decks, Drowning Wench.
Nope.
But when I do, you get to voice him, because PMX got to voice Momodi.
Okay.
Batter Run, but I'm not going to be talking to him now. I have no reason to. Alright, so I think this is the last aetheryte crystal here. This is the aft castle. It's kind of like where the Maelstrom, the grand company for the Limsa Lominsa, hangs their hats. You have attuned yourself to all the Aetherite shards, Aethernet shards in Limsa Lominsa. The Zephyr Gate and the Tempest Gate are now accessible as Aethernet destinations. There we go. Alright, so from here we're going to go back into the Drowning Wench and down. I can't do the quest for the challenge log quite yet. I think I have to reach a certain point in the main story before that unlocks. Let's go down. Airship landing, that's where I want to go. Okay. Airship ticket here. Greetings, madame. This is the counter for passengers traveling to Gridania. A pleasure to serve you again, madame. Are you ready to board the airship to Gridania? Yes, I am. That's right, everyone. We're going to take another airship ride, and you get to see Gridania. Another city that I actually like. I honestly like each city in this game. Limsa's probably my favorite, but Gridania and Ul'dahn are both very pretty of themselves. I'll be sure to show off Gridania and Limsa during the day at some point. But for now, he's flying the airship backwards. That takes skill. Here we are, we're in Gridania. Alright, now the music changed and then changed again. There's Krista Nightfall. What level is Krista? 44. I bet you they're trying to do a certain primal fight that we will find out about later on. But, arrivals, attendant. Ah, you must be the envoy from Ul'dahn. Welcome to Gridania, madame. The Elder Seed Seer awaits your arrival. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. So basically this quest is just really to show off each of the main city-states. Greetings, good madame. You are the Ul'dahn Envoy, are you not? I have received instructions to assist you. Pray make your way into the city prosper, and identify yourself to the conjurer at Nafika's altar. She will admit you to the Lotus Stand, where the Elder Seed Seer awaits. Here's Silly. Silly awaits with his large glowing bow. Indeed. Look at that. Oh, he's Kamehamehaing the ground. That's not fair. He's a clown nose on with reindeer ears. Weird. Alright, time to go upstairs. We can go out that door if we want, but let's show off the inside of this place. This is kind of like the Adventurers Guild of Gridania. The Drowning Wench was the Adventurers Guild of Limsa. It's raining here, so that's good. I like it when it rains. You may not be able to tell on the stream here, but your clothes actually get a different sheen to them when it is raining. Like they are visibly affected by the rain. Alright, let's not forget to attune to the aetheryte here. As you can see, this is like a forest city instead of like a seaside city or desert. And once again, I'm going to run around and gather all the aetheryte crystals because why not? Gives you a chance to see the city, like that's the intent of this quest anyway. Basically forcing you to explore everything. And it's a nice city. I was going to do the Easter event, but unfortunately I was not able to because I could not get here. But I will be able to do every event from here on, assuming there's no level restrictions. I really hope they do another Dragon Quest X crossover event, because I found out there was a Slime King hat that I was not able to get back in the day, and I missed out on it. I also hope they sell the slime earrings again, because I want those as well. Oh, now that I'm done, actually, speaking of earrings, I can equip these because they're actually useful. Grant me some extra strength. Alright, so that's that Aetheryte Crystal. I think that's the only one in this area. Now that I think about it. Yeah, so let's head up to Old Gridania. Gridania always had such pleasant music. And this here is the market district of Gridania. Kind of like the Hawker's Alley of Limsa Lominsa. There's the market boards there. They're kind of like the auction house. Players can sell things on there through their retainers, which I do not have access to yet. Eventually, I will get access to a retainer, and I will show off that system as well. Alright, you now have, that's for the Leatherworkers Guild, which is this building right here, ahead of us. There's an NPC named Diaper Fetish, not an NPC, another player named Diaper Fetish. That's interesting. Plagglepuss, Raven Drake, Jennifer Bowman. It's good to see that there's lots of people on and playing at all times, though. I do like that. Silly doesn't, though. He prefers the servers that have maybe 3 people playing at a time.
Yeah.
That way there's no...
I got into a dungeon, and the tank's name is just a whole bunch of X's, and then the black mage's name is just a whole bunch of L's. I don't understand.
They're probably bots.
No, they're playing really well.
Oh, interesting. Alright, look at that water. You got your turbines there. Here's somebody playing an accordion. We're coming up here to Apkalu Falls. It's not really a falls, really. I mean, it's just like this little tiny thing here. But this NPC here, if you have Jonathus here, Master of the Rolls, if you get achievements that give you items, just come talk to him and he'll give you the items from said achievements. Alright. Ethernet shard! Yeah, we got another one. Benslis. So yeah, we're at the Whistling Miller. Heading on. Oh yeah, that's the Miketo Amphitheater. I'll show that off later. It's where most of the game's seasonal events seem to start and end, or if they don't start there, they at least have some part of the game that takes place there. This here's the Botanist Guild. If you want to gather herbs, wood, various other flora for the various crafting classes like weavers and carpenters and so on, you can do that through that gathering class. That's the Botanist Guild thing. This is not where I want to be anymore. Yep. As for my AFC members, when you are able to buy the Chocobo license for the mount, you can actually get all of the other mounts that you have. Alright. And now we're heading down here, because down here leads us to the Conjurer's Guild. If you want to be a healer at the start of the game, you would play a Conjurer. They change into White Mage, the epitome, or the epitomous healer of the Final Fantasy series. They're not the only healer. There is Astrologian, but you can't play that until you get to Ishgard, the expansion pack. And there's also Scholar, but you start off as an Arcanist, which is a DPS, until you change to a Scholar. Silent Conjurer. You are the Ul'dahn Envoy. Begging your pardons, madame, but might I inspect the missive you bear? Very fine. Verily, this is the seal of the Supreme Commander of the Immortal Flames. Please, come with me.
So you are the Ul'dahn Envoy. On behalf of our fair nation, I bid you welcome. Please. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Khan-e Senna, Elder Seedseer of Gridania, and leader of the Order of the Twin Adder, our nation's grand company. I understand you bear a message from the Flame General.
A remembrance service for the fallen of Cartano. Pray tell me, adventurer, what do you know of our conflict with the Empire? It would seem my counterparts recounted the tale in some detail. That is well. A message from the Admiral? A wolf has been sniffing around her stables, you say? I see. Well, I shall be pleased to provide her with such counsel as I am able. But first, friend of my friend, I would tell you more of the Garlean threat. For the greater part of its history, Garlemald was not even among the most influential nations in Ilsabad, the northern continent. However, its innovations in the field of magitech some 50 years past helped to raise it from the depths of obscurity. Emboldened by this technology, it set out about subjugating its neighbors, swiftly absorbing each into its ever-expanding territory. And when all of Ilsabad lay within its grasp, it turned its ravenous gaze upon Eorzea. Yet Garlemald's transformation did not come about by virtue of magitech alone. Its success owed much to the consummate leadership of its first and reigning empire. Solus Zaz Galvus, the man who built an empire in his own lifetime, yet he has lived long, and after more than 80 winters, it is said that he grows frail and ever more prone to illness. If rumors are to be believed, the matter of succession has destabilized the imperial court. This would explain the empire's relative inactivity in the recent years, which has granted us much needed time to rebuild. Yet we cannot allow ourselves to become complacent, for Garlemald still maintains a presence in Eorzea in the form of the 14th Imperial Legion. Commanding this great host is Legatus Gaius von Belser, a man whose ambitions are well known to us. So long as he breathes Eorzean air, none of us may sleep easy. The calamity wreaks such devastation upon the realm that it has been all we could do to nurse our wounds, never mind rebuild our defenses. Simply put, we have not the strength to repel the Empire. To add to our woes, the beast tribes continue to summon their primals, whose very existence is a bane upon the land. Each nation is beset with its own primal problem. None has the resources to look beyond its own borders. The Admiral desires my counsel regarding a brazen wolf. She means to tell me that the Empire may soon resume its advance. The Though the primals pose an undeniable threat to our survival, the threat posed by the Garleans is greater still. Clearly, each nation can no longer afford to think only of that which occurs within its own borders. A storm gathers upon the horizon. If we are to weather it, we must needs stand united once more. Our remembrance service may help to rekindle the spirit of unity which brought the peoples of Eorzea together when last the Empire threatened our liberty. The Flame General was wise to make his proposal, and I wholeheartedly approve of it. The necessary provisions shall be made for a service here in Gridania. Your work here is done, my friend. I shall send my reply to the Flame General forthwith. I thank you for coming. May the 12th see you safely home. Alright. So now you've kind of... Oh, cool, there we go. You're gonna wind up airship, I'll show you that. You may now make use of the airship routes connecting the three nations. Before you board an airship, you must pay the requisite fare and gil. Ah, yeah, achievement, level up, all the good stuff. I got the achievement, Eld of Ul'dahn, Serpent Officer. The Serpent Officer has information that may be of interest to you. I pray your meeting with the Elder Seedseer went well, my Lady Envoy. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but did you not also deliver a message to Admiral Merlin Blofiswin of Limsa Lominsa? While you were there, did you happen to meet Baderon, the proprietor of the Drowning Wench, gregarious gentleman, always happy to help his fellow man? Well, I am told he has a task for a capable adventurer. I don't know what the task entails, but I dare say the Flame General's personal envoy would make a fine candidate. If you're interested in learning more, pray speak with Baderon in his establishment. Okay, so we're going to use our airship here. Here is Val in his ninja glory. Not as cool as Miro, but still an awesome looking outfit. He's got Midgard Soma on his shoulder. Okay. Time to go to Limsa. Actually, before I do that, we're going to show you the minion. Alright. Despite it being the first and most ambitious undertaking by Highwind Skyways under Tadonora, the Invincible actually never took flight. Its 10-year construction period plagued by accidents, material shortages, sabotage, and outright incompetence. And there you go, we got like a little airship that'll follow us around. You can kind of see it there. Alright. Oh, slash goodbye. No. Goodbye. I can't type today. Alright, so let's go to Limsa Lominsa. Use an Aetheryte ticket so I don't spend any of my myriad amounts of gil right now. Alright, now that we're here, once it loads, Ethernet, we're going to go to the aft castle. You can hear some interesting snippets of chat. Bella Sin, and that's all you'll ever be. Cute like a child. Hey, that works, matches your personality. And Bree Sin, why are you so cheap? Alright, Silly, you ready? We're coming up to Baderon here.
Maybe.
Alright. Here he is.
Welcome to the Drowning Wench. Sit wherever you like, lass. I'll be with you in a... Hi, I'm Baderon, alright? Who's asking? Ah, heard as I've got a job for a capable adventurer, you say? Well, you're bloody right. Just so you're fairly warned, though, this ain't no job for the faint of heart. Sorry, dodging AoEs. Things are liable to get downright breed and airy. But if you think you're still interested, let me know and I'll fill you in on the details.
Alright. Talking to him again. Battaron, the proprietor of the Drowning Wench, has a need of a capable adventurers. The quest name is It's Probably Pirates.
I thank you for taking the time to help me out. Now, I'm sure you're busy, so I'll come straight to the point. Word is some suspicious-looking buggers have been sneaking up in and out of the Sastasha Seagrot. And I need a trustworthy sort to head up north of Ailport and find out what they're up to. Don't sound like much, I know. But it weren't so long ago as the Fishbacks' pet pirates paid us an unwelcome visit. And folks are feeling a bit nervous.
If you would permit me, Master Battaron, I should be happy to elaborate. That's you.
Well, if it weren't the Chief Yellowjacket himself, to what do I owe the honor, Commodore Reiner? Come to make sure me no patrons are behaving or just thirsty?
Neither, in fact. I was informed that you requested an adventurer to assist in my investigation, and I came to offer what information I could sift from recent reports. Over the course of the past moon, there have been several sightings of an unfamiliar vessel off the coast of Ailport, in the vicinity of the Isles of Umbra. This information came to my attention no more than a few weeks after a squad of my own soldiers had completed a routine patrol of the region, the Sastasha Seagrot included. Their search revealed a little save that a family of Curls had taken up residence in the caves. Nothing to concern us, in short. In light of recent developments, however, it would seem wise to search Sastasha again. But with the Sahagin testing our defenses daily, I am loath to assign the task to the limited forces at my disposal. Our line is stretched as it is. Thus I sought the service of a competent adventurer to conduct an investigation in our stead. Any aid you can offer in this matter would be greatly appreciated. Then it is settled. Sastasha is located in western Lanosia. For more detailed instructions on how to reach the place, I suggest you consult Vimelpa. She can be found at the ferry docks on the lower decks. That's you.
You heard the man. Good luck to you, lass.
There we go. Alright, and we're gonna go and get to Ailport before we are done for today. I know, some people were hoping that I would get to Sastasha, and I would like to, but we're reaching the end of the stream, and I don't want to go over too much. Plus, there's a character coming up that Piamet really wants to voice, and I'd hate to take it from her on a whim where I could just end soon. Teleporting to the Fisherman's Guild. Alright. So remember when I said we'd be going down to the ferry skipper here? That's where we're going now. Bemelpa. Yeah, about the Commodore's Rainer's investigation? Then you'll want to board a ferry for Ailport. Once you arrive in Western Lanosia, though, you'd best pay a visit to the Hall of the Novice before you blunder into Sastasha. The Adventurers Guild runs the hall, and the folk there will prepare you, train you with the skills you need to face the dangers undoubtedly waiting for you in the Seagrot. The hall is on the way to Sastasha, just north of Ailport. Head inside, and one of their seasoned adventurers will take you in hand. Best of luck, friend. I already did all that stuff. Way ahead of you. So, you talk to this chick and this little... I think it's a chick. Yeah, that's a girl. And take passage to Ailport. This ferry is bound for Ailport. Are you riding with us? Yeah, 40 gil for that. Alright, let's do it. Mapping the realm, Western Lanosia. That's right. They just give you the achievements now. I forgot about that. Give you the whole map. Make it easy on us. Okay, so there's a bunch of quests here. They want me to go up to the Hall of the Novice, so I'm gonna do that before I'm done. Rooster Cogburn. First things first, before I forget, as I so often do, we're gonna click the Aetheryte. And we're gonna tune into it. That way we can teleport here. And then I'm gonna give you a view of the bay. So, this is... That is Pharaoh Sirius Lighthouse. As you can see, it's got a bit of
Lighthouse.
Yes. It's got a bit of a crystal problem sticking out of it. This is a statue of a mermaid. I think it's... Alright. Now let's step out into Western Lanasia. When I had my old graphics card, Western Lanasia would crash for me a lot. Like, I'd just be running through this field here and it would just crash. Skull Valley. That's a pleasant name. So this building here was not actually here until this most recent patch when they introduced the, well, most recent fully, like, not incremented numbered patch, I should say. Because we're on patch 3.25 right now. But when 3.2 came out, if you remember that path right there, that's where I did the final training session for it. But let's go in and see what these guys have to say. Seasoned adventurer. Ah, you must be the adventurer for whom the Yellow Jackets sent word. I hear you are to brave the depths of the Sastasha Secret. The occupants of those caves are rumored to be as numerous as they are bloodthirsty. No matter what epic tales you would have you believe, strolling into such a den of savagery alone would be the height of foolishness. No, you shall need companions, and you shall need the training we here at the Hall of the Novice can provide. I strongly suggest you study the fundamentals of group combat before continuing your mission. The smith here oversees the training schedules. Speak with him and you can register for exercises tailored to your particular field of expertise. When you have mastered all that our masters have to teach, then it will be time to head north once more. Report to the Yellow Jacket Scout at the mouth of the Satasa Seagrot, and he will furnish you with the details of your duty. But I will not be doing that today, because as I said, that opens up Sastasha, and we will be doing that first thing next Saturday, barring any complications with that come up and I may have to cancel, but I don't think that'll happen. That said, yeah, we're going to unlock this Chocobo Porter too. There we go. Oops, I want to learn more. So, okay, seriously, you have a lot to say. Anyway, so Miro, thanks you for joining us today. Silly, thank you for doing your voice acting today. Next week, Juba, we will have you on to do some voice acting for us. He will be voicing a character that we will be meeting in the Sastasha Seagrot.
Nice.
Thank you very much for viewing, everyone. Have a good one. And this is Miro saying goodbye. Have a good one.